So, Twilight's like, alright guys, you have to go to Las Pegasus, the map says so. And Fluttershy's like, but I don't wanna. And AJ's like, dude, can we like re-roll on this one? I mean, why us? We're not party people. Well, you just answered your own question. Out of the 6 of us, you're the only ones who won't spend the entire time dicking around. Rarity would go shopping or try to open another boutique. Dash and Pinky would end up in the hospital one way or another, and I get distracted by shiny things. Well, then make Starlight do it. Starlight's an alcoholic. She'd probably die. So nobody likes that cunt. Fluttershy, what the fuck, dude? Anyway, it turns out that Las Pegasus is actually the multiverse's largest Chuck E. Cheese's, and it's owned by an Elvis impersonator pony. Because why not?
Thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
He's Pony Elvis, or Pelvis, as I call him. And Pelvis is like, hey, Applejack and Fluttershy, welcome to my drug-induced fever dream. I'm gonna give you the VIP treatment. And I'm sitting here like, thank you. Why doesn't this happen more often? Like, okay, obviously Twilight and her friendship squad live in Ponyville, so it makes sense that nobody fanboys over them there. But you'd think that when any of the main 6 went to other cities, people would stop and say, oh shit, it's those chicks. Like, okay, I get it. Equestria doesn't have 1,000 TV channels shoving famous people's faces down its citizens' throats 24 hours a day, but we know it has newspapers. You'd think saving the world half a dozen times would land your picture in the paper and that some ponies would recognize them, right? This question has been bothering me constantly for 5 years, and now that I say that, I kind of want to kill myself. No matter how much I pretend it's true, self-awareness is not a get-out-of-autism-free card. Now, is it? I can say, oh, haha, look at me, I'm such a nerd as many times as I want, but at the end of the day, I'm a grown man whose entire life revolves around a 22-minute weekly toy commercial for little girls. Except when I'm watching anime. Fuck! And I go on YouTube and I'm like, hey guys, I'm a giant fucking faggot. Can you believe what a fucking weird loser I am? And everyone's like, yep, you sure are. Here's some money. Now, a younger me would have been like, man, I've got 1,000 subs on YouTube. I'm a cool guy. But this broken man who is speaking to you right now knows the truth. I am that homeless guy with a guitar who sits on the corner singing the blues while people toss coins in his hat. There is literally no difference between what I do and what that guy does, except he's probably less depressing. We even do the same thing afterwards. At the end of the day, we take that money, go to the liquor store, and buy enough booze to make us forget about how pathetic our lives are. I am an internet hobo, a pony-loving internet hobo. There's no turning back. All we can do is see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Okay, excuse me a moment. Now, I don't mean to co-opt one of Applejack's catchphrases, but what in fucking tarnation is going on here? This guy has a vagina on his chest. Okay, you know what this looks like? Have you ever dated a chick who only shaves her crotch like once every 2 weeks? Because this is about day 10 right here. Alright, so it turns out Pelvis is a huge dick. I said is a huge dick. Get your mind out of the gutter. He basically plays he said, she said with all his employees to keep them hating each other, because anyone with self-esteem and healthy relationships in their life wouldn't work at a place where people get drunk and play skee-ball and DDR all day. Wait, what's going on here? Is that a waifu machine? Like, you put money in and she'll tell you she loves you for 5 minutes? I would say I wish this existed, but if it did, I'd die in front of it. Oh, and hey, I guess we're just gonna put all the biggest dicks in Equestria in one place, because look who's working here. And once again, I'm saying that Flim and Flam are dicks. I'm not talking about their massive, throbbing, veiny... Anyway, Fluttershy's like, well, we found our friendship problem. And AJ's like, yep, let's help them all be friends again except those two, because fuck those guys. And Flutters is like,
solving a friendship problem is important. no matter who's having it.
And I'm like, sorry, Butterball, but I have to respectfully disagree. At least for me, the importance of solving someone else's problems, which for the record is already extremely low across the board, tends to decrease exponentially for every time they've fucked me over. Anyway, I guess Fluttershy is just so nice, and AJ is just so freaking honest that neither of them can possibly conceive of how to expose this punk. So they have to fix these guys' deal just to enlist their help. So AJ's like, listen up, you motherfuckers. I know some guy told you that he said some shit and told you that he said some shit. Well, I'm here to tell you that that shit is bullshit. So stop arguing and help us ruin that guy's life. And they're like, seems legit. We good, bro? And so with Flim and Flam's help, our two heroines execute the master plan. So Pelvis is like, who's that chick? And Flim is like, oh, that's Mary Marehood, the biggest pimp in all of Equestria. She's probably come here to try and steal your employees because, as you and I both know, even being a whore would be better than working for you. They try to trick him into confessing his evil ways, but he's all, fuck you, Fluttershy, you can't fool me. How did you know? Because it takes a pimp to know a pimp, and you ain't one, son. So AJ and Butters follow him to his office where he proceeds to tell them how retarded they are and how much he loves bending his employees over and ramming them in their pony pipes, and AJ's like, aha, we were only pretending to be retarded. Well, actually, we're pretty retarded, but you're even dumber because you didn't notice Fluttershy holding down this intercom button on your desk for the last 5 minutes. And so the jig is up and Pelvis leaves the building to throw himself off the edge of Las Pegasus, ending his life as nothing more than pony splatter on the ground miles below. And AJ's like, well guys, I think we all learned an important lesson today. It doesn't matter how many times a person's fucked you over. You can always set aside your differences if you need to do it to someone else.